Alright, here with an absolutely wild game. We're looking at the lower ELO 1000, 1050 ELO bracket here, although this game is not ranked. Before we get into anything, I would like to say why I think you guys should care about this game. As you can see, a whole bunch of idle time already. Shift click in that situation would be very, very nice to get as much food from that sheep as possible. We're going to analyze this game. We're going to talk about what players could do better. And we're going to talk a little bit about Squiddy's strategy because I think we're going to see a very fun strategy. This is my first time recording this, and this is called the Teutonic Bus. The idea is that you have siege towers in which you put Teutonic Knights. I know sometimes I like to make the strategy a surprise, but in this particular situation, I'm going to just tell you. And I would love to see Teutonic Knights who are so slow put into siege towers more, just so that they have a little bit more speed. I think it would be a really fun way to get to archers, to jump over your opponent's walls and just surprise them, mess up their eco. But as I say this, we don't have a ton of time. So Squiddy117 as the Teutons, and over here in the blue, Night Wheels playing as the Bulgarians. Now, before any of the craziness kicks in, I would like to. Good luck, have fun. You gotta say it. Before any of the craziness kicks in, I would like to talk a little bit about how I feel about ranked play. I think everybody should play on ranked play, be you high elo, be you low elo. The reason that I say this is you don't want to curve stomp your opponent. It doesn't really feel like a victory. And you don't want to smurf people who are below you. Nor is it fun to get smurfed by somebody else. Now, I know ranked play may seem overwhelming, but it's the same as unranked play. As Blue is using 10 villagers to get this sheep, would be much better to send a couple of them to wood and build a lumber camp. Now is lowering the boar. These villagers are loomed already, so got really early loom. I also don't think that's necessary. Doesn't have a task for these because he hasn't found these additional sheep. Is going to be chopping this down. One thing that you could have definitely done better is after you have those initial 6, that way you don't eat as much food, is put 3 or even 4 of them on wood. And now he's trying to manage this, and it is disastrous over here. That board does eventually go down. And what is this? A double boar lore? Are you kidding me? That is crazy. You definitely don't need to double boar lore. Also, all of this time walking back and forth is complete idle time. But you know what? You do you. I'm just trying to help you out with some gameplay elements. Let's check out Red's base. Yeah, Red's base looked a lot cleaner, although... Why are we building farms? We still have, looks like 3 sheep because he found all of his resources he has. Whereas Blue, okay, he did manage to find all of his resources, shipping these over. My point is, you may get curve stomped a couple of times. You may have a bad time the first couple of games, but within 10 games, Age of Empires will figure out your ranking, and you should be able to win about 50% of the games that you play. So I highly recommend that you do that. It's not a big deal if you lose a couple games to get to where you need to be for your elo. There's no shame in having a lower elo. There's no shame in having a higher elo. But I think there is some shame in making players who are lower ranked than you miserable. I'm not saying that that's occurring here at all, just to be clear, but I'm just a big proponent for people playing ranked versus playing unranked. And maybe you have a completely different idea on that. Maybe you think, nah, I don't want to risk my elo, and maybe that's valid too. It's just my perspective on the matter. But that being said, it does look like these players are relatively in the same range. We have 20 pop for red, and we have 17 pop for blue, but he did already get loomed. Did red already get loom over here? No loom, so 18 versus 20, you definitely want to keep those TCs producing for blue. And what was this? What is this boar lore over here? Oh my goodness, no, 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 no. Oh, don't shoot it with, oh. Okay, Okay, I thought for a second Red killed it with the TC. Borlore is such an important part in feudal, and look at all of these farms. Once again, something that is not necessary, but you know what is necessary? Playing the game that you want to play, and having fun playing the game you want to play. And you can definitely still do that on ranked play. Yeah. I hope Squiddy is not going to take this personally. He seemed like a really chill dude online when I talked to him, and I think it's just a great opportunity for us all to discuss this topic. And once again, I have no problem being wrong. I'm wrong all the time. If you want to say how I'm wrong and we can have a productive discussion about it, I'm all about it. Sometimes I play unranked games with my friends. Because it's easier to set up, or we create a lobby or something like that. But I think the biggest improvement comes from that. Look, gold is being collected a little bit early. I feel like to be collecting gold, unless you're going for a man-arm rush. But I don't see any barracks being built at the moment. Checking out a red base again. Barracks is being produced on this side of the map. Are we going to see any men-at-arms? Blue way faster to feudal age than red. I needed to collect a lot more wood to produce those farms. And are we going to see men at arms? What is the follow-up here? Okay, if you are going to go for a slightly faster feudal than your opponent, you might want to already have your barracks up. That way you can send military over right away. And it looks like both players for the moment. No militia being built here. Nothing being built from blue. Definitely want to keep that TC producing. That is like the main thing. Yeah, there you go. The main thing is you want to keep that TC producing at all times. I posted a forum on Reddit about what people thought the best unit was, and personally, I'm a big Bulgarians fan, so I really like the Teutonics, as we have a Bulgarian player in this game. So I argued that the Conic, in my opinion, was the best unit because it produces the counter unit for its counter unit. So if you use spearmans against Conics, then kind of like a militia line stands up a dismounted Conic and can easily take out those spears. Scouts coming out from our knight wheels, which makes a lot of sense playing as Bulgarians. But then somebody posted something on the forum. They said, no, the best unit in all of Age of Empires DE is, can you guess it? The Villager. The Villager is the most powerful unit. They allow you to build stronger military. They allow you to age up. Villagers are the most important unit in all of Age of Empires, and I could not agree more. I revised my statement. I also said that siege towers, in my opinion, were the worst unit, but let's see if that's the case. Let's see if siege towers. And I had a discussion about that as well. And I think the conclusion has come that maybe flaming camels are the worst units in Age of Empires, although they do have a specific function. So siege tower is still a good contender, although they maybe have some function within arena. I'm just talking a little bit as we see double stables, but no scouts being produced from blue. Meanwhile, red is going for a fast castle. At lower elos, fast castle can definitely be devastating. I do like how he has split out his lumberjacks on 2 wood lines. And very nice farming eco. I think these farms could have popped out later, and he could have collected more food, but you know, beside the point. Is going for a spearman. Let's see if he has scouted his opponent's base. He has. Does he know? Yeah, he does know about those barracks as well. So very nice play to scout your opponent. You want to really take advantage of his scouting, although running into your opponent's CC not the best. A lot of learning moments to be had. Scout up here as well. Stable coming out. Okay, we have stable. We have Blacksmith maybe wants to go for some scout aggression himself, or knights. Knights makes a lot more sense in my opinion than scouts as Teutons. Houses coming up. A lot of spears being produced. Don't know if you need that many spears. Also, if you do want to make sure that you are safe at home. Ooh, tower coming out here. Is this Teutonic Fortress the second account? Another way to keep yourself safe is building some walls. I know I'm not a big waller boy myself, but definitely at the lower elos, walling is very, very powerful tool. Even at high level play, walling is a very, very powerful tool. That's why people still use it all the time. A nice farming eco here for sure. Meanwhile, blue, what are we doing, blue? Oh, taking the deer. Not opposed to that either. You can even pushing your deer. You can pushing your deer at almost every elo. A lot of preemptive towers, and it looks like we're going for an AI army over here. We got man-at-arms, we got spearmen, no scouts being produced. There are 2 stables, very interesting, and a mill. Yeah, definitely want to make those more efficient. But look, he has 1 villager on each one of these deer. That's not very good. The reason that that's not very good is because there's a decay that goes on. Food is getting lost. So you want as many villagers on as, well, not as many. I think the perfect number, to be honest with you, is about 4 per deer. Spirit of Allah does a video on this. An archery range now being constructed as well. I think it's better to do 1 or 2 feet. Oh, scouts are going to be coming out. Okay, so let's see if these scouts can do any damage. Plus attack, not plus defense. I think that's definitely something that would be helpful as well, is to get the defense upgrade rather than the attack upgrade. Also, always very good to click on your opponent's units to see what kind of upgrades they have. That way you know what they are committing into. And these deer, oh, disastrous. Looks like these, oh, only 1 villager was sniped there. Super exposed. You definitely want to wall a little bit. And that's not good engage, so run them away. Okay. Where's that other scout? Ooh, this scout is maybe going to find a villager over here. And it's always good to be the aggressor. So I like that Red went for that scout play and started to be aggressive in this situation. It does look like Red is the faster player for sure. Let's check out Blue's overall resources. Yeah, should just sell some of that wood, buy a little bit of food, and he should be up already, but hasn't clicked so. And it looks like Red is in full control of this game at this point. He's gonna garrison, he's gonna shoot those down. Is there no market? There is no market from Blue. Yeah, if your eco is unbalanced. Oh, what just happened? Okay, never mind. I guess he did have the food. But once again, if your eco is unbalanced, there's nothing wrong with getting a market, especially at lower elos. That can be a good thing to do to balance your economy a little bit. TC coming up over here. I would have placed that TC like right next to the gold. Right next to the gold, right next to that wood. You want stuff to work as efficiently as possible. Don't worry about the farms. There will be plenty of farm space around even still. If you look over here, even if these 2 corners are completely blocked, you still have 90 degrees over here to work with and 90 degrees of stuff to work with over here. So about half of your space you can still use for farming. Definitely would recommend putting your TCs. Farm TCs are not necessary is my point. There's no reason to plop a TC right here. Why not plop it next to the gold and as close to another resource as possible? Like this would be a nice spot for a TC, or right here would be even better because it protects your main gold. And wow, that's a lot of scouts ready to pounce. And I feel like Blue kind of knows about this because he has a whole bunch of spearmen over here. Let's go to Red's perspective. Where is the waypoint set? Is it over here? Okay. And Blue reaching castle at this point. And I wonder what the composition is going to be. It does look like he has a bunch on stone, so I would not be surprised if we saw Grepos to defend or a castle at some point. Now the market comes up. Definitely not a bad play, but this is a bad play right here. Don't want to lose these scouts for free. And you gotta run all these around. Okay, only lost one. Ooh, is gonna take that engagement. You don't want to trickle in those scouts. Yeah, you lost 2 scouts against 2 spears. That's not a good transaction. I'm gonna go for these as well, but if it does clear up all of these, then it should be okay. Ooh, that was a costly engagement there. But then again, Red was ahead to Castle Age a lot earlier and has a lot more options. The fun thing about this ELO though is there's always a way back into the game. There's always a way that you can get back in. He's going for Bloodlines, very interesting because the scouts are not very good, and yeah, I don't know about this. I feel like if you just go for one big wall, a lot of your stuff is way more efficient because look at all this clogging that's going on over here. Once again, just little things, and this CC could also be closer. It could also be closer to the farms. Little things, just little things. And look how far these gold miners, for example, have to walk. What if you had built this CC like right here, right up against that gold? It would have been super efficient. As a raid is coming in, and it looks like blue is only 1 TC at this point. I am going to speed it up just... oh, what is this over here? The university and monastery being built. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. And the reason that I'm speeding it up is because we want to see the ultimate comp here. We want to see the strategy in action. Pretty standard game so far. Monks being constructed. Although the scouts is something you don't often see from Teutons because they don't want to invest into scouts long term. Gold mine, double castle. Okay. I'm a firm believer of as soon as you have enough for 1 castle, build it. Don't wait till you have the stone for 2 castles and build it. The reason for that is that 1 castle is already going to give you a lot of protection. I do like the spacing on this. Almost all of this is covered. It covers the main gold here, and this castle honestly could be more forward to protect this forward gold, but not a bad position. This you see over here, and look, a little wall right here would do so much. A little wall right here would do so much. I listen to a lot of streamers and redditors and that kind of a thing. And if you can limit the aggression that you're receiving, even if you're not full wall, you're like, oh well, there's always a hole in the wall. Yeah, I get that. There is always a hole in the wall. But let's say there's only this back area that has a hole, and you know your opponent is going to keep trying from this back area. It's relatively easy to defend one side than being attacked from every single direction. But that's just my perspective. And here is a watchtower, and once again these weird little half moon walls. My brother does this all the time too, so a new owner, if you're watching this, stop it. And look at this. It is the most beautiful mining camp. It's able to reach both, but honestly it is inefficient. Just build this one a little bit closer to your main gold, and build another one a little bit closer to your stone. Have plenty of resources to be had there, and definitely expecting knights at this point. No villagers being produced. Definitely want to keep producing villagers as much as possible in both red and blue's position. I do love Night Wheels as a as a name. Comics being produced, and if you're not using your military, why are you producing your military? You want to harass as much as possible. It is nice to get those relics. 2 relics already under the belt, and I don't see any forward aggression at this time. Imperial Age is being gone for a lot more harassment with these scouts. Let's just track them around at triple speed. I'm gonna find some more vills. Whoa, whoa, whoa! My toaster oven is not doing too well. Woo! The night train is arriving at the station. Just have to stop back home for a quick pit stop because there are now conics. I actually missed that this happened. It did look like some villagers were getting picked off, but not too bad. And these boys are beastly. 12 plus 1, even with just one upgrade, they do so much damage and they have so much HP. Their main takeback, of course, is their speed. That's why I love healing Teutonic Fortress, because he does heal these guys up. And actually, when I talked to Squiddy117 about the rank play thing, he was very open to the idea of playing ranked. He already had several games done, but it didn't accurately depict his ranking yet because he hasn't played those 10 games yet. So if you do see Squiddy around, play with him, have some fun. Really looking forward to this strategy coming into fruition. And yeah, he's definitely way ahead, dominating this game so far. So really love to see this on ranked play as well. Let's see, here come the siege workshops. Boom. Boom. And what are we building? Oh, the bus is coming. The bus is a-coming. And I hate that he's doing this to Bulgarians, because Bulgarians is probably my favorite civ at the moment. Is getting some relics over here as well. Always nice. There is still one relic in contention here. 2 siege towers. How many siege towers is he going to make before he moves out? That's 1 full, that's 2 full. Oh, he's just gonna go for it with 2, huh? 20 Teutonic Knights, and man, these are speedy boys now. I don't know what you guys are talking. The bus has left the station. Choo choo! Choo choo! And kudos to Blue for sticking in this game, not giving up. Where are they going though? That is my real question. And oh, they could drop right over here. That would be kind of funny. Definitely need a lot more farming going on. Yeah, okay, does have this back farming area over here. A good ratio for farming and woodcutting is a question that I often get asked. Is you should have about half of your farmers be woodcutters, at least in my perspective. And it does look like there's a little bit. Well, actually, you know, that's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about things too much. Choo choo! Choo choo! Here come the Teutonic Knights. Hilarious. And I wonder what he's going to do with these siege towers. They're actually moving at this. They're getting attacked by the knight. That's hilarious. He's going to go for the TC at this point. And there are just tons of Teutonic Knights here. So this should absolutely wreck this TC. And there she goes. And they are retreating. The siege towers are retreating. Are they going to pick up another load, or are they going to simply get shot down? It looks like Blue is having none of it. Oh, there's a castle over there. Okay, awkward for these Teutonic Knights. And their right has left. It looks like all of these Teutonic Knights are now moving into Blue's base. Not a lot of damage that they can do though. They killed that one TC, but all those villagers were able to successfully run out of there. And where do you go now? Are you going to go back to the siege tower? That's hilarious. More